listening to Otter Space, Episode 9, Playing for Keeps. Kip and Cordy lie motionless in blackness. Their paws still joined. They slowly become conscious.
Are we alive?
Is this?
The cargo bay door opens, allowing light in. Kip and Cordy are lying in the center of the cargo bay of the clamshell spaceship. In the doorway, they see a familiar silhouette.
Gorkil? Gorkil!
You rescued us? Where's Bo? Is he flying?
Bo? Forget Bo. Bo abandoned me. You never leave your paw buddy, right?
Gorkil takes Cordy's paw.
Wait, you two are paw buddies?
Let me explain.
Didn't Cordy tell you? She popped the question to me on Momoa.
Pop the question. Let me know where you two are registered. I'll buy the shampoo.
Cordy loves my musk.
Gorkil grabs Kip and shoves the otter into his stinky fur.
Nasty.
Are you guys gonna fight over me? Awesome!
Fight? No, I'm just suspicious how Gorkil got the ship back. You working for Brill now?
I stole it from Brill. A revolution has spread beyond Momoa. All of Dominion is rising up, playing. Thanks to me and Cordy. We're kind of the dream team.
Gorkil leads Cordy out of the cargo bay. Kip chases after and grabs Cordy's other paw.
Yeah, I taught aliens too.
Wow, this just got real pathetic.
Cordy, dearest paw buddy of mine, you saved Momoa. We owe you a debt which could only be repaid in kind.
Gorkil opens the door to the bridge. Outside, we see 12 spaceships in formation, flying in front of the clamshell spaceship. Inside each ship is a saluting Momoan.
I'm helping her save Earth. What are you doing?
Save Earth with a dozen paper planes against Brill's armada.
Outnumbered but not outgunned.
Gorkil reveals a trigger added to the ship's flight stick. He fires a laser out into empty space.
You put in the boom boom blasters, didn't ya?
Okay, fine. But what about a plan?
Oh, I got a plan. Your plan.
My plan?
Surprise attack.
That's the only plan he knows, but it's a good one.
Gorkil hits the hyperspace button. The clamshell and Momoa spaceships jump to hyperspace. The sunrise illuminates Monterey Bay. Jasper and Olive are waking up together, but they look tired.
They're perfectly safe. Trust me, Kip always has a plan.
And Cordy thinks on her feet.
Two otters like that, what trouble could they possibly get into?
A giant red plasma tube crashes in the bay.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Water is sucked up the tube, up, and up into Brill's squid-shaped spaceship. Inside the filter room of Brill's ship, fresh seawater passes through filters operated by prisoners. That's where we find Bo, all four of his hands removing sea life and garbage from the filters. The filtered seawater is added into Brill's tank.
I haven't swam in water this pure since Aquaria of old. Get me more.
Brill's entire armada descends from Earth's upper atmosphere toward the bay. Each ship drops its own red plasma tube into the ocean below. Some ships perform barrel rolls and loop-de-loops first, which is out of formation and out of the ordinary. Still clutching onto the nose cone of Brill's spaceship, Seastar peers down, ecstatic to see the Otter Lodge below.
Hoo-hoo! Drop anchor! I be home!
The sky gets littered with brilliant spaceships and their red plasma tubes. And yet, humans are too busy watching otter videos on their phones to notice anything unusual.
Oh, look at him. He's so cute.
Under the ocean, we can see the ends of the red plasma tubes sucking up water all across the bay. Ocean life swims for dear life, including Olive and Jasper.
Olive!
Jasper!
Help! What's happening?
Grab my paw!
Seastar's smile fades.
Hey! Thieving pirates be stealing my water! I'll teach ye a lesson!
Seastar turns bright red as he pulls hard on the ship's hull. Brill swims around the bridge of his ship gleefully. A hologram projection of Sorbeo appears in the tank, and he catches Brill off guard.
Oh, permiso. Sire, at our current...
I told you never to project yourself into my water.
Sorbeo reprojects his hologram outside of the tank.
Apologies, sire. At our current rate of water collection, we will have enough suction to commence planetary drag in record time.
Excellent, Admiral Sorbeo.
Actually, sir, Admiral, it's such a tiny title. I was thinking maybe something a little more, flashy.
Brill rolls his eyes. A few minutes later, the Turritelidae approaches several brilliant spaceships stunt flying through the Golden Gate Bridge like a slalom course.
Hey, Bond Squad! This is 5-star Generalissimo Sorbeo. Back to work.
The playful spaceships scatter and return to sucking up water. Elsewhere on Earth, in NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense, command screens fill up with live images of the attack by Brill's armada. A general picks up a red phone. The matching red phone rings in the White House's Oval Office. But the president is too distracted to see it flashing. He's watching an Otter video on his computer.
By executive order, I declare otters as the cutest animals in America.
Back in Monterey Bay, Jasper, Olive, and the other otters swim as hard as they can toward the shore as hundreds of red plasma tubes threaten to suck them up with the ocean water. Looking up at all of Brill's armada, Olive and Jasper see the arrival of the clamshell spaceship leading the 12 Momoan spaceships in attack formation. On the bridge of the clamshell spaceship, Gorkil and Cordy are at the helm, Kip behind them.
Activate heads-up display. Power up laser array. Get me a visual.
The clouds part in front of the ship, and they see the armada. Some of the other red plasma tubes on the smaller ships turn green.
Quick! Once they all turn green, they'll have enough suction to tow your planet out of orbit.
Bring on Boom Boom, baby.
The renegade ships split off from each other.
Fire on my command!
Oh, this is going to be so flippin' awesome!
She targets a brilliant spaceship.
Fire!
All the pilots fire their laser and land direct hits on their targets. Inside the filter room on Brill's ship, Bo sees the clamshell spaceship leading the attack.
That's my ship. Gorkil?
Cordy and Gorkil's grins fade to frowns once they discover that the lasers caused absolutely no damage whatsoever.
I don't understand. We made a plan. It should have worked. Surprise attack.
Wait a second, these blasters. I take it you made them from the lasers we use to vaporize water.
Yeah, so?
So, those get just hot enough to boil water. These ships are made from Aquarian alloy, right?
The strongest substance in the universe.
Ugh, how could I be so boneheaded?
Gorkil realizes his folly, rams himself up against a wall, falls backward, gets up, and repeats on loop.
We need a new plan.
Do we? I'm just saying, maybe it's time not to plan.
Aquarian alloy? Nothing strong enough to damage it?
Still pulling on Brill's ship from the outside, Seastar's color deepens as he continues to pry open the Aquarian alloy. It warps ever so slightly. Bo looks out at the Momoan ships, still firing at the armada to no avail. Bo considers and steps away from his post.
What are you doing?
I have no idea. No idea at all.
On the clamshell spaceship, Kip has a distant look in his eyes as he settles into the pilot's seat.
You saying what I think you're saying?
It's time to go with the flow.
On Brill's spaceship, Bo yells, runs, and dives into Brill's tank. Brill feels motion in his tank, looks back suspiciously.
Sire! What?
Sorbeo's hologram is partially in Brill's tank. He backs out.
We are at 95% suction. I suggest firing the engines and towing this planet back to Dominion.
Yes, Fine, make it happen.
I will. But what do you think about Commander Supreme Sorbeo?
Go!
So you think about it?
Sorbeo vanishes. Brill looks back at his tank, suspiciously. Kip, hands on the joystick, flies into a swarm of Brill's ships.
Oh boy. Kip?
Trust the flow.
Kip stares down all of the ships and their plasma tubes. He remembers the moment back in the vapor mine when he whacked his tail against the side and blasted all of the floating water droplets. As if he were playing the game he invented, Kip goes into a trance, fires the ship's laser at the plasma tubes. Water explodes out of the pierced plasma tubes, the tubes lose suction, and their green color goes red again.
Oh, he did it! All ships, target the tubes!
Cordy takes Kip in for a moment.
So this is you winging it? Flying by the seat of your tail? Not bad.
Inside Brill's tank, Bo sings as he does a backstroke. The prisoners look down at him.
Oh, come on in, boys. The water is fun.
Fun is against the rules.
I know. That's what makes it fun.
The prisoners look at each other, shrug,
Okay.
and then dive in. High above the ocean, Kip and the Momoans completely sever a plasma tube. It drops all of its water, and the attached armada spaceship gets launched up like a turbocharged toy water rocket. As the ship launches up, the squad pilot feels the G-forces. His screams of fear turns into laughs of delight.
That's awesome!
The squad pilot flies back down and re-engages the plasma tube. Many more armada ships have their tubes severed, drop their water, and launch into the clouds to the delight of the pilots. The squad pilots, it seems, are playing, having fun. Kip, Cordy, and Gorkil look on in amazement.
Again!
They're enjoying it?
Of course they are. They're playing.
Seeing the battle and chaos brewing, Brill steams.
Sorbeo!
Sorbeo's hologram appears again.
Okay, I've weighed the options and I am going with Sorbeo Supreme, huh?
We're under attack, you twit!
But the probe said the humanoids of Hydraxia were not capable of...
Not from the planet, from my armada, the armada you trained.
The clamshell spaceship flies by. Brill sees Kip and Cordy.
Those otters? Here?
You sure those aren't other otters?
Brill swims backwards, looks absolutely huge and menacing in the convex lens.
Stop those two, or you'll spend the rest of your life in a vapor mine.
Yes, it shall be done, sire.
As Sorbeo's hologram vanishes, a rush of current pushes Brill forward, slams Brill against the convex lens. For the first time, we can finally see Brill's actual size. Brill is no bigger than a shrimp. He recomposes, quickly swims back into his tank, and sees dozens of aliens' legs doggy paddling in the water. This is Bo and his friends.
Get out of my water!
Brill fires up his lightning tentacles to lift Bo and the other prisoner aliens out of the water. Outside of Brill's ship, on the nose cone, Sea Star has finally pulled up an entire corner of metal paneling. In the zone now, flying freely, Kip targets Brill's huge plasma tube. He fires at it, but only causes minor damage, which quickly self-heals.
All ships, fire on Brill's tube!
The Momoan ships join in, all firing on Brill's plasma tube. In the filter room, Brill laughs maniacally as his lightning tentacles painfully shock Bo and the other prisoners. Far below Brill's ship, in Monterey Bay, are Jasper and Olive leading the lodge, swimming their hearts out to get away from the powerful suction of Brill's plasma tube. Aboard the clamshell spaceship, Kip, Cordy, and Bo are discouraged to see that even with all the Momoan spaceships firing their lasers, they are only causing minimal damage to Brill's plasma tube.
Oh no. Brill's plasma tube is too powerful to be broken.
At that moment, the Turritelidae rises up menacingly behind the clamshell spaceship. Sorbeo laughs maniacally.
Get ready for clam kabobs!